but unlike your classic boring mac and cheese, which is, I mean, it's great and comforting, but for me personally lacks a little bit of flavor and texture, I'm going to make a chicken and kale mac and cheese, but I'm going to roast my chicken in the oven and use all those roasted flavors in the mac and cheese. There's going to be tons of things going on in my mac and cheese, and I said mac and cheese like 1,000 times, but you know, it's all about the mac and cheese. I'm really excited. I mean, can't you tell? Let's get started. So let's start with our chicken first. Sprinkle salt, pepper, and a little bit of paprika on chicken thighs. I'm using chicken thighs because personally I think the cut is a lot juicier and more flavorful. So I'm using that, but you can also use chicken breast. And massage it really well and throw it in the oven until it's roasted. Now I've got a little macaroni boiling in salted water. Now for the actual cheese base, we are going to create what's called a roux. For that, we are going to take melted butter and flour, basically equal parts melted butter and flour, and we're going to stir it until the raw taste of the flour is cooked off. And once that is done, about a minute or two, we're going to start slowly pouring in our milk to thicken it up. Basically now we're creating what's called a bechamel sauce. Now this will take a while to thicken up. It took me about 20 to 25 minutes. To be very, very patient and slowly pour in milk, maybe in parts, because if you pour all of the milk all at once, it's going to take forever to thicken up. So once it's nicely thickened up, we're going to throw in all our spices and stir it really well. At this point, you want to taste test to see if your salt is okay. Once that is done, we are going to throw in all our cheese. Now I'm using extra sharp cheddar cheese that I've grated myself. Grate yourself. Grate the cheese yourself because there's nothing like freshly grated extra sharp cheddar cheese. So you can also use a variety of cheeses, but I don't really care, so I'm just going to stick with the traditional extra sharp cheddar cheese. Now our cheese sauce is done. Now in the cast iron skillet that I'm going to use to bake my mac and cheese, I'm just throwing in some kale and sauteing them with just a touch of salt. And that's it, just to kind of lose that bitter flavor of the kale. So throw in your chopped chicken as well as your kale into your cheese sauce and stir it, and pour all of that in the macaroni that I drained earlier and already put in my cast iron skillet. And use a cast iron skillet because I think it's fantastic. And top it with additional cheese because it's mac and cheese. You can put you can go pretty crazy with cheese, layer it as much as you want. And you can also use breadcrumbs. I'm using breadcrumbs mixed in with a little bit of melted butter to give it that nice crispiness, and bake it in the oven for about 15 minutes. Don't overbake it because dry mac and cheese is really disappointing. That's it. Okay, so guys, I let my mac and cheese bake in the oven for about 15 minutes, and halfway through I turned on the broiler so that the top will be nice and brown. And it's really, really hot at this point and very, very cheesy. But I cannot wait to dig in, so you need to give me a minute because it's really hot. And I just love how the steam is just rising from my spoon. It's probably going to burn my tongue. It's so creamy. And I can feel the nutmeg in it, the flavors of the chicken. And there's a little bit of hints of kale, which is really good because I didn't want to overpower it. It's so good. I mean, after you try your own homemade mac and cheese, you would never go to that weird box Velveeta shit, you know. The crust is so nice. And all the textures are really great in it. Please do try it at home. If you guys like this recipe, please give it a huge, huge, huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. For all those who have already subscribed, thank you so much. I upload videos every Wednesday, so just make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss out on any recipes that I make. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys soon. When I do a couple retakes, I get it in the mood. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sorry if not. Let's make my mac and cheese. Are you done? No.